Now it's time to move on to phase 4 of the process for making money on the internet. Phase 1, we talked about why people use the internet, what kind of information they're looking for, the problems they're looking to solve. And then in phase 2, we discussed how we need to be able to communicate with those people when they land on our website and our pages to talk about those problems, to talk about possible solutions, and then to make money from leading them to the right solution or selling something which is the solution. And then in phase 3, we talked about in order to be able to communicate and actually effectively monetize value from that process and that relationship, the email list in an internet-based business is the absolute most valuable asset. And of course, why that was, and we talked about we need to give them an offer and offer them value in order to get them to subscribe. So the process is that someone will come to a web page that contains the subscription form, and then they're given the offer and they're promised the value. And then if they decide to subscribe, then they end up on the list. So that's how they join the list. But joining the list is only the beginning of our process. The next most important thing is keeping them on the list. So how do we keep them on the list and or also get them to be responsive to anything we send them while they're on the list? Well, that's simple. The key is to send them good content that contains what? Value. It's just like the offer proposition. We now must do it within the free relationship of just being on this free email list. So the more content that you offer to this list, and of course it all has to be related to the original problem, the more apt they are to be responsive in opening your emails and then in reading the emails. And both of those things have everything to do with how much money you'll generate from even having that email list and doing that form of communication. One, they have to open the emails or no links or anything you put in the emails, whether it's links to affiliate products that other people sell or whether it's links to your own shopping cart pages for things that you sell. If they don't open the emails, they don't see the links, well, they're certainly not going to end up clicking on the links and making you any money. So we got to get them to open the emails. And the only way to get them to open the emails is to provide good content, something they're looking forward to, and something that gets their attention every time they get one of your emails. So the way to do that is with good content. Now, how do you produce some kind of return and make money if you're just apt to have to give out good content in order to make this communication work? Well, the process is to include within the content further resources or things that you recommend. So think back to the formula or comparison of giving someone a recipe to do something, but they're going to need the ingredients. So the good content is the recipe, and the way you make money are linking to the ingredients, whether you sell them or whether someone else sells them. So the other thing is that when people are looking for solutions to some type of problem, and you really understand the benefit process that we talked about in phase 2, it's not like they're just looking to solve one quick problem and then they have no more use for you. Now, in some markets, that is the case. Maybe they have a singular emergency where they need to know how to fix a drain pipe or something that's flooding their bathroom. And so they may not have an additional use for you beyond you giving them that solution or helping them with that problem. And when that comes into play, those kind of markets and situations, you have to understand that those aren't the types of problems you want to solve because there's no ongoing relationship with the person. So the other thing, what I was saying you have to understand is, usually for many of these problems, it's related to a topic that someone will be glad to learn more about and learn additional solutions. So if they have one singular problem that's solved by one singular solution, that's not a good market or area to build a business around. You want to build your business around a market that ideally has many great solutions and also has ongoing changes that happen to the market and has many different outlets for being able to have products for the market. So there are many different suppliers for the market. The other thing about internet marketing is that many people go into it thinking, I want to find an untapped niche. I want to go in an area where no one has, so I'll have very little competition. Well, it's important to point out that competition on the internet is not only a good thing, it is the best of things when it comes to making money. And we're going to go into that further in a future phase. But when it comes to finding a market to make money from, you want it to be a market where there isn't just a singular solution. The make money problem to be solved is a good example. There are a lot of different ways to help someone make money or ways to make money. The fitness one is another one. There are a lot of different ways to get fit and to have better flexibility. So you want to keep those in mind when it comes to finding something to build your business around. So that concludes phase 4. The value and the process of being able to monetize money from an email list is to be able to keep them opening and giving them a reason to even read your emails in the first place. If you can solve that, you can make a lot of money.